Good morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and I was always told how to voice a radio. So today, we are talking about a new Pokemon V that I am absolutely in love with. It is Galarian Stunfisk, and this is one of the more interesting, fun, and frankly awesome Pokemon V that we've seen so far. This is probably going to be one that I am deck building and playing around with for the entire time it's legal. I am legitimately super hyped about this card. This is probably the most interesting card for me that I've seen from Explosive Walker so far. Oh, and I should mention our translation comes from the lovely Antoine Boulet. He's one of our favourites. We love him. Hey, Antoine! So starting off then, 200 HP is slightly lower than we would like. It's usually slightly more than that. Boo, hiss, etc. We've got a retreat cost of 4, which gives us access to buff padding to get a bit of extra HP, which we might want, but do remember that being a metal Pokemon, we can use both Metal Frying Pan and Metal Goggles. They reduce damage done by 30, Metal Goggles stops damage counters being dropped, and Metal Frying Pan turns off your weakness. Although worth noting, we are expecting Metal Frying Pan to rotate out shortly after this card is legal. Not Metal Goggles, mind you, so something to bear in mind. Resistance to grass is nice to have. I keep mentioning Rillaboom decks, but they've not proven to be particularly amazing up to now. You never know, maybe in the future. And weakness to fire sucks because of Welder, which will survive the rotation, incidentally. It makes fire decks awesome. Now, the good news is you've got Metal Frying Pan, but even if Metal Frying Pan rotates, we will still have Weakness Guard energy, and as we're going to see, this is the kind of Pokemon where you probably will want to take away the weakness, so Weakness Guard energy might be something to bear in mind. Now, being a metal Pokemon is quite nice because of the whole Metal Goggles, Metal Frying Pan thing. You also have access to Metal Saucer to accelerate a little bit of energy. Attach 1 metal energy from your discard to one of your bench Pokemon, metal Pokemon, per Metal Saucer, which is nice. So we got some tricks. But I'll be honest with you, I'm not really loving what you're hitting for weakness. Because Zacian V is a thing. So anything that you would be hitting for weakness, Zacian V is scaring away and won't be seeing play. Oh, I should also mention that Berserker as well. The one that makes all of your attacks do an extra 20 damage for metal Pokemon. That could be kind of relevant. Remember, we are getting that Galarian Meowth that lets you discard 2 cards from your hand and then search for a Galarian Berserker, so that's kind of cool. But what does it do? Well, the ability here, this Pokemon's maximum HP is 20 more for each metal energy attached to this Pokemon. Oh, yeah, that's pretty cool, ladies and gentlemen. That's pretty cool. I'm a huge fan of this. I mean, this is absolutely brilliant. The last time we saw an ability kind of like this, or at least the last one that jumps to my mind, was the Promo Pangoro, who got an extra 20 HP for each of your benched Pokemon. There's a deep cut. Honestly, hands up if you honestly remembered that Promo Pangoro was a thing. Come on, tell me if you remembered that card. Seriously, there's a comment section, tell me. The thing is, the only way your opponent can get rid of the energy is with energy denial. So they can play cards like Crushing Hammer and Team Yell Grunt and things of that nature to try and get rid of your energy. And they can absolutely get rid of your energy. But then, by the same token, how often are they really going to be able to do it? I mean, let's say, just argument's sake, attachment for the turn for Metal Saucer. All of a sudden you're sitting there with an extra 5 energy on, which is an extra 100 HP, which means you're now a 300 HP 2-prize Pokemon. And 300 HP for a 2-prize Pokemon is dumb. Like, Wailord was 250 HP for a 2-prize Pokemon, and that was dumb. Also, back in the day, Wailord EX was 200 HP for a 2-prize Pokemon, and that was dumb, but that was quite a few years ago. If any of you aren't checking out my complete history of the Pokemon TCG set, please make sure you do. It's over on the channel. We're basically going through set by set and going through the entire history. It's lots of fun. Going back to this, honestly, what we want to do is accelerate as much energy as we can, and we're actually losing our best tricks to the rotation. One of the ones I adore here is Solgaleo Prism Star. When I say rotation, we are assuming a team up on rotation on September the 1st. It might not happen, but I'm fairly confident it will. Solgaleo's got Radiant Star for 1 metal energy. For each of your opponent's Pokemon in play, you attach a metal energy from your discard pile to your Pokemon in any way that you like. Basically, if your opponent's got 6 energy in play, you can use this to put 6 energy on Galarian Stunfisk, or to put it another way, 120 extra HP. We've also got the Magnezone for a short period of time, which just lets you attach as much metal energy as you like. And I know this hasn't seen a huge amount of play. There was that brief period where people were trying it with Duskmane the Crowsmore, but it never really worked. The thing is, Galarian Stunfisk is a basic Pokemon, and you're not just accelerating energy, you're boosting HP. And that's kind of awesome. At some point in the future, we will probably get a way to turn off abilities of Pokemon V, but we don't really have it yet. No, I'm not counting slacking. So, for the time being, this could be huge, and this is why you want to take away your weakness. You don't want something like a rogue Blacephalon coming around and ruining your day, or a rogue Blacephalon coming along and ruining your day, for argument's sake. Because even cards like that, right? Let's say, let's go silly, right? Let's say you get an extra 10 energy on there. Well, you're then sitting there at 400 HP. And 400 HP means, what, 8 energy lost zoned? By Blacephalon GX? It means Blacephalon from Unbroken Bonds has got to have 3 energy on it and 8 energy in hand. Not impossible, incidentally, but extremely difficult to pull off. And then when you start remembering you've got stuff like Mount Coronet to get your energy back, and we got energy retrieval to get your energy back, and then we've got things like energy recycle system, and you actually can legitimately get all your energy back. Your opponent cannot lost zone 8 energy 3 times. I mean, they can if they're playing 24 energy, but they're blatantly not. Even with Metal Saucer and regular attachments, this can get pretty ridiculous. But with the other tricks we've currently got at the moment, this could get silly. Now, there is actually an attack here as well. It's not just for blocking. And the attack for 2 colourless energy does 60 damage, and if this takes damage during your opponent's next turn, you put 12 damage counters on the attacking Pokemon. And this is why I adore Stunfisk. You can just pile energy on here, get up to ridiculous levels of HP, and then if your opponent attacks, they're taking 12 damage counters. It's ludicrous. It's wonderful. No, 60 damage isn't very much, but these 12 damage counters are going to help. And the crucial thing is, the wording we got from Antoine, and Antoine's really quite good at this, if this Pokemon takes damage. Not if the defending Pokemon attacks. So even if your opponent switches what their active Pokemon is, that new active will take the damage from Stunfisk, or the damage counters. What they would have to do is try and take out one of your bench Pokemon. Brilliant! If they take out your bench Pokemon, they're giving you more time to get more energy onto Stunfisk, and then get even beefier and harder to KO. And you could end up with some ridiculous thing like a 400 HP Pokemon that you've got to take 12 damage counters to attack. Tell me that doesn't sound hilarious. Because I'm sorry, this is why I'm so excited. It makes me so sad that Solgaleo and Magnezone are both almost certainly leaving shortly after this comes out. There will be, incidentally, there will be a period of time where we have them and this. But, yeah, this is coming out in our August set. Our August set, we are expecting to be legal for tournament play on the 3rd Friday of the month. That is the 21st. We're then expecting that 11 days later on the 1st of September, we'll be getting rotation. Which still gives us 2 weekends to do it, but 2 weekends isn't exactly all that long now, is it? Sorry. But you never know, we might have them. We might not get a rotation, we might get more stuff. We've always got the expanded format. But even if we don't, even if you're playing it with just Metal Saucer and regular attachments, we can still get up to a 300 HP Pokemon that you've got to take 12 damage counters to attack, and then we just want to go full bore healing. Mallow and Lana to heal 120 while switching to the bench. Don't forget we got a Milotic coming in this set that once during your turn heals 20 damage from each of your Pokemon. And yes, I am thinking just play a bunch of Milotic with this. Or we've got Indeedee V that can heal 20 from your active. Not such a fan of that because it's a 2-price Pokemon. I mean, imagine having 4 Milotic out, you're healing 80 damage every turn from this Pokemon with a ridiculous HP, and you're doing 12 damage counters on the attacking Pokemon every turn. It's ridiculous. And what's your opponent going to do? They're going to take down your Milotic. But like I've said, every time they don't take down Stunfisk, that is one more turn where you can attach energy and go a little bit nuts. There is so much potential here. I'm giving it 4 Wassies, and honestly, this could go either way. This could be a weird gimmick deck which is never anything other than terrible. This could be one of the best decks in the format. If we can consistently and reliably get a lot of energy on here, this is going to get silly. Because you're literally going to just have an insane amount of HP and be doing essentially 180 damage per turn while healing. Or it might never work. I want to know if you think it's going to work. Let me know in the comment section. Go nuts, be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at The Wassie, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCGRadio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that good stuff, head on over to patreon.com/PTCGRadio, where you can do exactly that. And please do make sure you're checking out youtube.com/WassiePlays, where you can find out about a whole bunch of games that don't have Pokemon in, but are pretty gosh darned awesome nonetheless. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.